Conditions of satisfaction, the blueprint for success. In this video, I'm going to talk about what conditions of satisfaction are, how they should be used, meaning the practice, and exactly what the components are, things that you can identify that can become conditions of satisfaction. And so if you're into that, stay with us in this video. Okay, so I love this topic. Let me introduce you to this topic with just a little bit of a fun analogy. And I say this everywhere I go, and it never gets old. I love going to Cold Stone ice cream. I like to get butter pecan with sweet cream with 3 scoops of chocolate shavings and caramel. And that's my thing. I'll just get a little cup so I don't feel too guilty about it, and I'll jam out. Super awesome. Now, typically, what are these, like $5, $6, $7 to get an ice cream nowadays? So I go in there, and I got my wallet, and I'm ready to shell out some dough. Like, I'm ready to give them let's just say it's $5, right? Totally fine. But if I said, hey, I want my butter pecan, please, let me say it nicer. Please, can I have butter pecan with sweet cream and 3 scoops of chocolate shavings with caramel mixed up, jamming out in a cup. Now, if they come and give me so chocolate ice cream with like macadamia nuts on it inside a waffle cone. First of all, I try to eat gluten-free because it bothers my stomach. And then the other thing is, I don't like chocolate ice cream. I know I probably just offended half the people on the video, and I definitely don't like macadamia nuts. So, like, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're not gonna get my $5. If you want my $5, we need to deliver an ice cream according to the conditions of satisfaction, meaning what would be satisfactory for the overall group, what meets the customer needs and wants. That's really key. In lean thinking, we constantly talk about different frameworks, which I all love, right? Respect for people and continuous improvement. You have people and process. My methodology is respect for people, stability, one-piece flow, flow and attack time, visual systems, and continuous improvement. But whatever model we use, it always ends towards hearing the voice of the customer, satisfying a customer need or want, right, according to their conditions of satisfaction. So when we think about conditions of satisfaction, I want you to think first about the people involved. Who are the customers? Second, I want you to think about who are all the stakeholders, who has a stake in this project or this effort. And I want you to think about treating everybody like customers and clients and really coming up with a win-win-win. Meaning I want my primary customer to win, I want the designers to win, I want the end users to win, I want the contractors to win, I want the trade partners to win, right? So everybody's a customer, they're all stakeholders, and we need to really design our effort to meet a customer need and want. And so how can we as a group understand the conditions of satisfaction for all of us in this project or in this phase or in this effort, whatever it may be, and then really target our efforts towards that what, meaning the quotations WHT, what we're doing, what would be remarkable, what are the conditions of satisfaction. That's how you really set everybody up for success. That's your blueprint, and that's really quite remarkable. Now, real quick, I hope the conditions of satisfaction for these videos are met and you feel like liking and commenting on the videos. We hope that we're really listening to feedback. Every single topic inside this video shoot was requested by listeners on this channel, right? So we know your conditions of satisfaction, and it can happen anywhere. Let's get back to the video content. I've used conditions of satisfaction for a specific effort, for a single task, for a pull plan, for a meeting, for an offsite, for trainings that we do, for last planner engagements, for speaking engagement. You can do them for phases. You can do them for any kind of planning throughout the last planner system. You can do it for the entire project. You can do conditions of satisfaction for a pre-construction engagement. It doesn't have to be just one set. But you know what's remarkable? Oh, let me actually tell you this. This is really cool. In Scrum, they have this concept called definition of done. And by the way, Scrum, fantastic system. I learned it from Felipe Engineer according to the scrum.org framework. On the actual tag where it shows the activity or the assignment or the component or the design or the next effort or whatever it is that you're describing on your tag or your sticky, there is a concept on there that is best practice to write down in addition to the points, which is showing your level of effort. And the definition of done, DOD, is what does it look like to actually be done with this? Meaning, what are the conditions of satisfaction? So I always think, like, I would never put a sticky or a tag on a Scrum board without the definition of done. And so here's the concept. Can we get to a point where we don't do anything in construction unless we know the conditions of satisfaction? And I think that would really help us with everything, because that's the what, and then everybody figures out the how together. So the what is clear, and then the how comes with it. Now, this helps everybody to be aligned. And the alignment criteria can change from the effort to effort or the task to task, and from project to project. But let me give you some ideas to basically spark your curiosity, and then you can loop it in if you ever want to. So let's go through these one by one. Number one, quality standards. What are the conditions of satisfaction among the stakeholders for quality standards? If those are clear and outlined properly, then there's no reason that we can't meet those quality standards. One of the things that I really like to do is understand the quality conditions of satisfaction for a quality pre-con meeting and for the installation work package. Because quality really comes down to knowing expectations and following expectations. So that's one great aspect of conditions of satisfaction, are the quality standards. Number two, the timeline. This is great to know in any effort, in any COS or conditions of satisfaction. What is an acceptable timeline? What are the acceptable milestone dates? What is the acceptable end date? Understanding the timeline and aligning everybody is key. Number three, the budget. Oh my gosh, this is huge. This is absolutely huge. What is the budget and what are the budget categories? This will help everybody to be aligned, make sure that we don't have any overruns within the buckets or the overall budget itself. Number four, safety. This is huge. Remember, safety is first. It is a priority, it is a value, and it is always. So there's no scenario where we don't want to understand the safety conditions of satisfaction, right? We want to know what are the key aspects of safety for every effort that we do. So always include safety. Number five, regulatory compliance. You knew that I was going to mention as a key aspect of conditions of satisfaction. What does the AHJ, or the authority having jurisdiction, say about this? What is legally required and what is contractually required? You will always want to loop those in and understand them in every effort. Six, and this is a big one, client requests or client requirements. Again, I love this. A great example of this is making sure that our client requests, our client requirements are communicated throughout the trade partner preparation process. Without that, how are we going to deliver that ice cream that was ordered and exchange that $5, right? If we're not giving the client what they want, why would they pay for our services? So that must be a key aspect of the COS. Number seven, sustainability goals or goals in general for the overall project for how they want to interact. And eight, communication and collaboration. Let's not ignore the teaming aspect of it, the interpersonal aspect of it, the collaboration, the communication. This can be really key for how you get from point A to point B. And so this is a key aspect. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this into a blog post, and we're going to give you the different components for conditions of satisfaction on a Canva document that you can put up on your wall. Super cool. If you have any questions about this, please let us know. We're also going to link you to a podcast on this from the Elevate Construction podcast. And I really, really hope you enjoy it and that you've enjoyed this video. On we go.